did they buy them or were they just Stephen? I thought they were speculating, but okay, then if they bought them, then that's even better. And the stock just shot up, I think 40% in a day or something. That was awesome. Yes. And so, and by the way, in case you're wondering about that, just the economic side note, the one of the family connected to that deal is Larry Ellison's family. And Larry Ellison, as you may know, is the founder of Oracle, and he just made a killing. I think he's now the richest human on the planet because he made $100 billion in a day after Oracle stock shot up by 40 or 50%. So he made $100 billion over here, and then also he's involved with the acquisition of Warner Brothers over there. I believe if you think that this is an inside job, it absolutely is. It's not a coincidence that Larry Ellison and Sam Altman from OpenAI were doing press conferences with President Trump. And I do believe that the fix is in. I do believe that there was some back end support to make all these things happen. I think Trump is making all his friends rich, and I can't stop it. All I can do is tell you what I'm seeing and what I'm reading in the tea leaves. And in fact, actually, I didn't buy Oracle stock. I kicked myself a little bit about it because I was sitting in class in the mastermind and we debated for about 20 minutes about Oracle stock and the earnings announcement. And I said I don't want to participate because it's too volatile, and I missed out. I completely missed out. So that was when I missed. But if you had a lot of AI stocks, there was a lot of activity happening. A lot of money got made. So if you're not investing yet, I hope that you'll start because you want to be involved in this, right? But in the stock market period, there's a lot of interesting things happening. But let's circle back to financial security. So 60% of all Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Number two, 40% of adults say they cannot afford to cover a $400 emergency without borrowing or selling something. That's very, very scary. The median retirement savings for Americans 55 to 64 is less than $90,000, which is not enough to last even a few years. So a lot of people are going to have to work into retirement. And if you don't have family, think about this. There's like, I don't know if this is deliberate or not, but the culture has sort of swayed toward people not wanting to have kids because, kids are a burden. They get in the way of your sex life or whatever it is that people are doing, or they get in the way of your career. As I guess your job is more important than your offspring, whatever. And I'm not judging. And so what's happening is you have a lot of these people that are retiring that don't have money for it. To me, generally speaking, if you are going to trade in your children for your career, then you better make sure you're saving to create financial security. Because around the world, your children are part of your financial security. In Japan, I believe it's Japan, they pass laws where they encourage kids to live closer. You get a tax break if you live closer to your parents because they want the children to be there to help take care of the parents. And so, if you're a person who says, hey, I don't, I want to live my best life, I don't want to have a spouse and children, I don't judge that, but you got to have something to replace that. Because if you're older and single and struggling financially, there's the question of like, how do you figure that out? How do you get the backup that you need? Because if you're leaning solely on physical labor, well, that's going to deteriorate. At some point, you wake up one day and your kidneys are bad or your back, hurts and whatever, and it becomes difficult. It becomes much more difficult. So there is a retirement crisis that's happening. I can't stop it, but it's happening, and it's already starting now. It's only going to continue to get worse. More than 60% of workers report that their savings are not on track for retirement.